Hi children, last class we have studied about different types of roots and venation in leaves and what is the relation between root system and venation. I think all of you have understood very well, isn't it? Today we can start to study about what is germination of seeds. What is germination of a seed? Germination is the growth of a seed into a plant. Germination is the growth of a seed into a plant. What are the favorable conditions necessary for germination of a seed? The favorable conditions are air, water, sunlight. Which are the favorable conditions? Air, water, sunlight. Soil is not needed for germination of a seed. We can grow seeds inside the house also. The seeds will sprout without soil. Understood? Then the part which comes out first from the germinating seed is the radicle. Which part comes out from the germinating seed first? The first part coming out from the germinating seed is the radicle, and this radicle grows downward into the soil and forms the root of the plant. Radicle form the root of the plant, and the part which comes out second after the radicle forms is the plumule. It is the plumule, the part which comes out from a germinating seed after the formation of radicle. It is the plumule. Plumule grows upwards and it forms the stem of the plant. Plumule forms the stem of the plant. Children, now we studied two types of parts which grow from the germinating seed. First one is the radicle. It grows downwards and forms the root. And the second one is the part which forms the stem. It is known as the plumule. So radicle and plumule are the parts which comes out from the sprouted seed. Children, do you know from where do these germinating seed get food? Germinating seed get food from the part known as cotyledon. Germinating seed get food from the cotyledon. What is a cotyledon? The thick leaf-like part seen in the plumule of a germinating seed is the cotyledon. You can see cotyledon here, light greenish thick part which is seen in the plumule of a germinating seed. It is seen in the plumule of a germinating seed. So, what is the function of this cotyledon? The cotyledon stores food for the germinating seed. The cotyledon stores food for the germinating seed, and plant uses this food, and the cotyledon shrinks as the plant grows. Cotyledon shrinks as the plant grows. Understood? Next we can study about different types of seeds. They are seeds having only one cotyledon and seeds having two cotyledon. And seeds having one cotyledon is known as monocot seed, and seeds having two cotyledon are known as dicot seeds. So, plants having the seeds with one cotyledon is known as monocotyledonous plant or monocots, and plants having seeds with two cotyledon are known as dicotyledonous plants or dicots. Next we can study different examples for monocot and dicot plants. Monocot plant example: paddy, wheat, coconut, arecanut, nutmeg, etc. Then dicot plant example, mango seed, jack seed, Bengal gram, green gram, groundnut etc. You can see the pictures also here. First one is of wheat. It is an example for monocot seed, and groundnut. It is an example for dicot seed. Understood? Next we can study the relation between root system, venation and number of cotyledons. Here, if the plant is having taproot system, they have reticulate venation on the leaves and 2 cotyledons. If there are 2 cotyledons, it is known as dicots. So, if the plant is having taproot system, they have reticulate venation and they are dicots. Then, if the plant is having fibrous root system, they have parallel venation on the leaves and they have 1 cotyledon in the seed. 1 cotyledon means they are monocots. Okay, children? Today I am going to wind up the class. We can meet in the next class.